Hi, good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Mat. Today we're going to talk about extension exercises, and there are only 4 of them in the whole classical Pilates mat repertoire. So the ones we're going to talk about today are swimming and swan. Now, extension exercises are great for your low back. They help strengthen your low back, but if done incorrectly, they can cause pain and compression on your spine. So I want to show you what to do standing before you lie down on your stomach and do these exercises. So turning to the side, I'm in neutral spine. So neutral spine is different for everybody depending on the shape of your booty, how tight your hip flexors are, your quads are. Everybody's neutral spine is different. So neutral spine is you standing normally, okay? You standing in a normal position for you. So this is my neutral. So here's my tailbone, here's my pubic bone. I'm gonna let my tailbone drape to the floor like an anchor. So think of an anchor, dropping anchor into the water. And I'm gonna pull up on my pubic bone. So I drop my anchor and I pull up on my pubic bone. So it's not a hard tuck, which would be there, which would make my hip flexors and quads stick out. It's just a gentle release. You should feel a lengthening across your back, your lumbar spine, your sacrum, a lengthening, okay? So when you lay down, you don't want to be there, sticking your tush up in the air. You want to think, hide your tail. So hide your tail, drop your anchor, pull up on your pubic bone, okay? So that's going to be really important on these 2 exercises, okay? So I'm also going to show you that lying down. So that's standing, okay? Now, I'm going to do it kneeling as well. So I'm going to get on all 4s, hands underneath my shoulders, knees underneath my hips. And again, I'm in my neutral, and now I'm going to hide my tail. So I tuck my tail under, and then the reverse of that, which you don't want to do, is extension, too much of an arch, where I really stick my sits bones up in the air. So I'll show you that again. Here's neutral, your normal spine configuration. Slight tuck, tuck my tail under. That makes me zip up and stretch out my low back. And then the opposite that you don't want to do when you lie down is stick your tush and your sits bones up in the air, okay? All right, now we're going to do it lying on our stomachs. So a little tip for you, if you do have any low back pain, putting a couple of towels underneath your hips, right across your pelvis, right across your hip bones, and laying on them will help with decompressing your low back. It'll help you find that curve of your tailbone around the towel. So if you have any low back issues, before you lie down, put maybe 1, maybe 2 towels. So not very thick, you don't want to overdo it, just 1 or 2 and you should notice a difference, okay? All right, so I'm going to lay down first and just try to show you that same thing. So we did it standing, we did it kneeling, and now lying down. So here's my neutral. Here's my tuck. Okay, that's tucking my tailbone under. I should feel my hip bones lift slightly off the mat. They shouldn't feel like they're pushing into the mat. My pubic bone is pushing into the mat though. Okay, so let me go back to neutral. There's neutral. Now there's my pelvic tilt. I tilted my tailbone down and I pulled up on my pubic bone, okay? So I'm going to maintain that as I go into swimming. So I'm going to extend my arms out about the width of my mat, long arms. I'm going to lift my head, just lengthening it. I don't want to crank my neck back. I don't want wrinkles in the back of my neck. I want a long swan neck. So I look to the baseboards of the floor there. Okay, I feel like I'm pulling my arms into their shoulder sockets, so I have a little tone and tension on my arms. I'm going to lift my right arm and my left leg, and I'm going to extend them and reach them. It's not about how high I lift, it's how long I can get. Okay, so I'm lengthening, and then I lower down. Then I lift my left arm, right leg, stretch and stretch. Length. My zipper is zipped, tailbone is tucked under, and I go down. Now I'm going to lift everything. Arms legs, reaching, and lower down. And again, tuck my tail under, just a little bit. Don't clench your bottom, okay? It's just lengthen your tailbone, zip up, pull your pubic bone up. Lift all 4 limbs, and then swim. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale, lower down. And take child's pose. And then come up. Okay? I hope that helps. One thing, if you have really tight shoulders, it's really hard to go up and down with the arms. It tends to kind of become a circular motion. And the arms are right in front of you, so with your gaze, just try to make sure that you're paddling straight up and down. You want nice straight limbs. You don't want to bend. You don't want circles, because as you can see, that causes your torso to rock side to side. And you want a really stable core. That's what the exercise is about, creating a stable core while you move your limbs. So stable core, pelvis slightly tucked under, pull up on your pubic bone, and swim away. And your breathing on that is just normal. Inhale as you paddle, exhale as you paddle. It's not like Jaws is chasing you, so it's not hyperventilating, okay? Normal breath. Inhale, exhale, exhale, and swim nice and strong, okay? That's swimming. Next up, we're going to do swan. So swan takes the extension a little bit more to the extreme, and now it's going to go to your mid-thoracic. So mid-thoracic is right in the middle of your back, okay? Right about where your shoulder blades are. So your cervical spine is your neck, and then you have 12 vertebrae that go down your back, about that section right there, okay? About the bottom of your ribs. So that's your thoracic spine, and that's where you're trying to get the bend, okay? We want to undo the rounding shoulders, the texting, the typing, the hunching, that type of thing, and you want to open everything up. So you're trying to get the bend to happen there, as opposed to sticking your tush out and really extremely arching your low back. It should come from a lift and a slight bend. For you ladies, it's at your bra line, right at your bra line. The back of your bra line is where the extension should come about. Okay, that's where you want to feel like you're moving your spine and getting some release there. For guys, same thing, right below the chest line. Okay, right at the top of the ribs there, where the ribs come down and around, or where a heart rate monitor would be. Okay, that would be a better one for you to kind of know where that is for you guys. All right, so swan, again, it's not about cranking on your neck. You don't want to look up to the ceiling and create wrinkles in your neck. You want to have a nice, like the name says, swan neck. So nice, long, pretty neck, and you want the extension to come from mid-back. So again, same thing, laying on your stomach, tuck your tailbone under, and we're going to go just in increments. We're going to lift a little, then a little more, and then full extension if you can handle it, if the back doesn't say ouch, okay? All right, here we go. So my neutral spine, tuck my tail under, lengthen it. My hip bones feel slightly lifted. My pubic bone is pushing into the floor. And now I look across the floor to the floorboards. I loop my shoulders back, and I lift up just a little bit. I don't even take my hands off the floor. And then I lower down. And again, check my tail is tucked under. My feet stay down. Loop the shoulders back. I lift up a little bit more. And then I go forward and lengthen my spine as I go down. And then again, tuck my tail under, pull up on my pubic bone. My hip bones are barely touching, if at all. Loop the shoulders back. I lift, I lift, I lift, I lift, I lift. And there's my extension. Make sure you're not a turtle, sinking, lift. Don't lock the elbows, which I'm probably doing. Okay, my pubic bone is pulling up. So if I wasn't in my pelvic floor, if I was arching my back, I would be down here. I would be dumping in my low back, and that's where that hurts and causes compression. So I pull up. I'm going to show it wrong. There's wrong. I let my belly hang. I let all my weight go into my low back. When I tuck my tail under and pull my zipper up, now I lift slightly, and the movement traveled up my spine to the spot I wanted it to, okay? So there's swan, then lengthen to lower. So don't just go down, think reach forward, lengthen, get taller, get taller, get taller, get taller. And then sit back real quick. That's swan. So little baby swan, middle swan, big swan you can do, just depending on what your back is telling you. You don't want to feel compression in your low back. And then let's touch on where your hands are at on that. So you don't want your hands above your shoulders by your ears. That's going to put too much pressure on your shoulder. You want the hands right underneath your shoulders when you lay down. Maybe even a bit lower, maybe even down by your ribs. That's going to access more tricep muscle, and that's always a good thing to work our triceps, right? So getting the hands low and close to the body is going to work your triceps and protect your shoulder. So make sure when you lay down, your hands aren't by your ears, they're under your shoulders or down by your bra line, okay? All right, so I'm going to do that one more time, and then we're going to put those two moves together so you can see them all again, okay? I'm going to face the other way this time. All right, so my hands underneath my shoulders. I'm going to go just a little bit lower. My feet are pressing into the floor. Tuck my tailbone under. I'm not clenching my bottom. I'm just lengthening my tailbone. And I inhale. And I press. There's baby swan, middle swan, full swan. Make sure my shoulders are back. My neck is long. I'm looking forward. And again, if I was doing it incorrectly, I'd be hanging down there in my hip flexors. Instead, I tuck my tail under, pull my belly in, and there's my swan. And to go down, I lengthen. I don't just say I'm finished and I'm done and I'm dropping down. I continue working. I pull my chin and chest forward. I keep my shoulders out of my ears the whole way down. The whole way down. The whole way down. Good. Okay. We're going to do swimming. And we're going to do swan, one right after the other, and you're going to do 10 breaths for swimming, and you're going to do 5 swans, okay? Come along with me. Here we go. Okay, let's lie down. Tailbone tucked under, arms long, as wide as your mat. Head down to start. You're going to inhale, lift the arms and the legs, right arm, left leg, lower down, left arm, right leg, lift and lengthen, lower down. Lift both the limbs, arms and legs, long. Pull your belly button in, tuck your tail under, swim. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. I'm looking at my arms. I'm not doing circles. I'm going up and down. My legs, the whole leg is engaged. I'm using my hamstrings and my glutes to kick, not just little paddle feet. Whole thing. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and down. I take a quick child's pose, take a deep breath. Exhale, I come forward for swan. So again, hands underneath my shoulders or a little bit lower to get more triceps. I keep my feet pressing into the floor. Lengthen the tailbone under, hide my tail, pull up on my pubic bone. And loop the shoulders back. Inhale, pull my gaze to the floorboards. Come up just a little bit. Yep, still feel okay. Come up a little bit more. Come up a little bit more. Inhale. As I go down, I keep my shoulders out of my ears. I reach towards the edge of the mat with my nose. Inhale, loop the shoulders back. Swan neck. Nice, proud, Sphinx-like pose. Exhale, lowering forward and down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, loop the shoulders, press up. Get that good posture going this Monday morning so you go to work with beautiful posture or you finish your day up with excellent posture.